Kenny Green, raw perspective, concrete and steel, keeping it good and raw for the people, unity for the community. Remember that. My man approached me with someone that has a pawn ticket that they're probably going to lose. And a pawn ticket is usually when you take a piece of your jewelry or item and you use it as collateral to get you some money. And then they give you a certain amount of time with a high interest rate to redeem. Redeem meaning get that back out, pay them what they loaned you and some interest on top. Now, there's all kind of deals because not always someone can have the money to get their pawn ticket out, redeem it. So they can sell the ticket and someone else can take advantage because pawn shops work on percentages. Hypothetically, they will probably give you a third of the value so that when the interest is accumulated on it and you lose it, they still have profit in it. So that's how the game go. So some time ago, I was dealing with, a foreigner, because in the Diamond District, I deal with a lot of different kind of cultures and ethnics, right? So we talking, somebody introduced me to him. He got a pawn ticket he's going to lose. I said, okay, I buy the pawn ticket because make no mistake about it. You can call and say, hey, look, man, I'm calling about pawn ticket such and such, such and such. How much is it to get out? And you give them the ticket number. It assures that the ticket is valid and merchandise is there. But in this situation, what happened is this. I purchased the pawn ticket from the gentleman. And when I go to redeem the stuff, say it was a watch and 3 rings, but 2 of the rings were exchanged for something else. That means this guy has a plug in the pawn shop and he was going to lose his stuff. And he had his friend exchange 2 of the rings. So if the ticket said it was a 1 carat VVS stone, when I got the ticket, it was a 1 carat, but the stone wasn't VVS. So the difference of money that I could have acquired, I couldn't. So the beat was down on 2 rings, right? And that may have been equivalent of a couple of $1,000s. Moving forward, all right, I don't see the gentleman no more because a lot of people in and out, in and out. So in this game, sometimes you got to take hits. But I happened to see him and I was walking past, I think it was Exchange 46. And I seen him. It's a small exchange, so I go in there. I address him. Look, man, hey. So security say, yo, Ken, not here, man. Please, not here. All right. So I wait outside. It's only one way to exit. I'm waiting outside. Security guard and say, yo, look, man, he's willing to sit down in the restaurant because there used to be a restaurant called Burgers on 47th Street. It's no longer there. So we go inside the restaurant and we having a conversation. And I'm saying, look, man, you know what you did. Just make it right. We don't have to go through a whole lot of changes. He's, no, it didn't happen like that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, my temperature going up a little bit. I'm keeping it mild-mannered, but my temperature going up. So one of my homies come inside and say, yo, you good? I said, yo, come back in 4 minutes, right? So I look at him, he's wearing a timepiece that can really solve the problem that we dealing with right now. So once my man come back in and he didn't comply or really offer a resolution to the situation, that became mine. Bang, did what I had to do. My man break out with the joint. Me and him rumbling now. We fly across the counter, boom, 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 put the pieces on them. Then police come. The police come, they know me on the street, boom, boom, boom. I'm not one of these cops' favorites, so, they trying to agitate it. But the lady named Corky, a short little white lady, said, Ken never starts no trouble in here. He's a good guy. This guy is the problem. They let me leave, right? So now I got the watch that he was wearing. My man got it. So we sell that, recoup, Probably got like $6,000 or something, right? So the tables are turned. Now, a couple of days later, I'm in the Diamond District. I'm walking down the street, right? And I see a cop that I know, right? And he starts walking fast towards me. So I start walking fast to kind of like get out the way. And he sped up, so I sped up. So it got to the point, because in 47th Street, in the Diamond District, there's buildings you can cut through that will annex you, and you can come out on the other side of the street on 46th Street, right? I was trying to get to that door. He said, Ken, don't run. All right, cool. So I said, yo, look, what's going on? He said, look, man, what's this? Robbery, assault? I said, me? He said, nah, it didn't happen like that. He said, yo, I got to take you in. I said, man, you going to put handcuffs on me on 47th Street? He said, look, you always been a gentleman. Walk to Fifth Avenue. Now, 47th Street, you have Fifth Avenue where Tiffany's and all that's at, and then you have 6th Avenue. So we walked to Fifth Avenue. Now you got people looking. Oh, where they going? What's happening? So we get to Fifth Avenue. We waiting for the squad car. Take me to Midtown South. I say, look, man, you gonna put handcuffs on me on Fifth Avenue? He said, just get in the car, man. Me and the officer has a relationship for a lot of years. And sometimes if you stay out their way and you don't do things intentionally in front of them, you can survive pretty good. Because all it is respect, right? Now, I get to Midtown South. He said, look, you got to put some cuffs on. I got a boss inside. So now I'm dealing with robbery, assault, all of this kind of nonsense, right? So about 3 a.m, cop come and say, yo, you out of here. So now when someone's releasing you from prison, from jail, it's like, why they cutting me loose? So you got scenarios in your head now. But I leave. The case wasn't the city of New York versus me. It was a complaint put by a person. When the prosecutors and them tried to follow up with dude, he didn't respond. So that's how I got cut loose. I tell this story for a couple of reasons. Because the game is real. The con is real. The switch is real. I had the pawn ticket. I purchased from him. I validated it when I called. But he must have had someone that he was cool with in the pawn shop that let him take 2 rings out and replace them with 2 other rings. That changed the value of the pawn ticket. That changed what I can get if I bought this pawn ticket and sold it. So justice had to be done. So sometimes, man, we do business with people and we always got to be on our P's and Q's. But even when you play tight, if somebody got the inside track, they could be ahead of you. And that's what happened in this situation. And from my man asking me, do I want to buy a pawn ticket yesterday? It made me think about this story. So in these times, a lot of people probably dealing with people maybe going to lose something. Yo, my thing is in the pawn shop. Look, you need to look at it and make sure the ticket says what the contents are, and you can look and see to know what the contents are. Concrete and steel.
Open up shop, building blocks in the hood. Generational wealth, that cycle understood. Mom and pop, black hands baking the bread. Cash flows back to culture well fed. Spend that dollar where your people reside. Support the roots, let the family thrive. Brick by brick, we gon' rewrite the script. Black owned stores, let the tables get flipped.